Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. Today's lesson is on polynomials and specifically division of monomials. Now, of course, monomials are expressions that have just one term. It has a coefficient, a variable, and an exponent. So this is a monomial. This is a monomial. Okay? Well, let's take a look here. We can rewrite the problem for x to the third divided by negative 2x squared. Okay, and this, we can expand this. This is really 4x times x over negative 2 times x. Well, we can say negative 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4 two times, and since it's negative, it would be negative 2. Whoops, my bad. That's my eraser. So I would have negative 2, and this x would cancel out, and this x would cancel out. And so when I multiply across, all at the bottom I have 1, because there's just 1, and I have 2 times x, negative 2x. So the answer is negative 2x. So let's look at the problem again. 4x to the third minus 2x squared. Another way we could do it is we could just deal with the coefficient. Negative 2 goes into 4, would be negative 2, to the x 3 minus 2, which would be negative 2x, because x, if I subtract 2 from 3, I just get the 1x. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this one. 6a to the third b to the fourth c divided by 2a to the third b. Okay, well, let's divide the coefficients. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Now I have a to the third and a to the third, which would give me a to the 3 minus 3. And now I have b to the fourth and b to the first, which would give me b to the 4 minus 1. And then I just have c, and I have no c here. Okay, now we know that a to the 3 minus 3 is a to the 0, and we know a to the 0 equals 1. So we want this whole thing becomes the number 1, so it's 3 times 1. B to the 4 minus 1 would be times b to the third times c, and our answer would be 3 times 1 is 3, times b to the third is b to the third times c, so we get 3b to the third c. Now that's a little tricky when you have to realize that this a to the 3 minus 3 is really equal to 1. But let's take a look at it in expanded form. It may make it easier. 6 times a times a times a, which would be a to the third, times b times b times b times b, that's b to the fourth, times c, divided by 2 times a times a times a times b. Well, okay, so 2 divided into 6 goes 3 times. Our a's will cancel out, and one of our b's will cancel out, so we're left with, down here, 2 goes into 2, 1, 2 goes into 6 3 times. So down here we're left with 1, so we don't even bother putting it down. So now we have 3, b times b times b is b to the third c. Same exact answer. I find expanding the problem this way simpler than having to deal with these concepts. But that's just me. You can work it either way. Let's take a look at this one. I'm going to let you try this one. I'm going to let you do this one. You can work it either way you want. 9x to the fourth divided by 3x squared. So go ahead and put your video or DVD on pause. Give that problem a shot and we'll turn it back on and take a look at it. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm going to do it in expanded form, okay? 9x divided by 3x. That's 9x to the fourth, that's 3x squared. Well, 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 9 3 times, so I have 3, and this cancels out and that cancels out, so I have 3x times x, which x squared, over 1, which is really 3x squared. Excellent. Let's try another one. Let's try this one. 14a to the fourth, b to the second, divided by 2a squared b. Now, there are two ways we can do it. We can say, okay, 2 goes into 2 one times, 2 goes into 14, 7, so it'll be 7. Now I know that I have a to the fourth and a to the second, and I could subtract I subtract this from that, so it would be a squared, and b to the first and b to the second, and if I subtract b to the first from b2, that would be b. So my answer would be 7a squared b. And if I did it in expanded form, that same problem, 14 a to the fourth, b to the second, divided by 2a to the second b, it would look like this, 14 a, b, b, divided by 2a, b. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 14 7 times, so I'll have 7, and the cancel out and cancel out, and so I have a times a, that would be a squared, and 1b would cancel out and 1b and b, and I get the exact same answer. Well, good. Let's try another one. I'll put it up for you. Let's go 8a to the third, b to the fourth, divided by 2a to the third, b to the second. Okay, put your DVD or video on pause and work that problem, and then turn it back on and we'll take a look at it. All right. Well, we can say 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 8 4 times, so we'll get 4. Now, if I have a to the third here and a to the third here, I can just cancel those out. So I get rid of the a, and then I have b to the second and b to the fourth, and I know I subtract the 2 from the 4, and I get b squared. So 4b squared. If I look at it in expanded form, all right, so our answer was 4b squared. Let's look at it in expanded form. 8a to the third, b to the fourth, divided by 2a to the third, b squared, which would equal 8a to the third, 1, 2, 3, b to the fourth, 2a to the third, b squared. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into that 4 times, so I get 4. The a's cancel out, 2 of the b's cancel out, and I have b times b, which is b squared. So it's the exact same answer. All right, another problem for you. Let's try this one. Let's try 15 x to the third y divided by 6x y z. Okay, put your DVD on pause and we'll let you work that. All right. Well, 6 can go into 6, but 6 can't go into 15. But I can say that 3 can go into 6 2 times. We're going to deal with the coefficients first. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. Now have x to the first minus x to the third, which would give me x squared. The two y's would cancel out, and here I would have z. So my answer would be 5x squared divided by 2z. Let's put that down here. 5x squared divided by 2z. And let's work it in expanded form and see what it looks like. 15x to the third y, divided by 6xyz. Well, we know that 3 can go into 6 2 times, 3 goes into 15 5 times, so we have 2/5. Now if I expand x to the third, I get x, 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 y, x, 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 y, and here I have x, y, and z. So x's will cancel out, and so I'm left with x squared. The y's will cancel out, and I'm left with z. Well, okay, my time is up. Thank you very much for your attention. Little trickier concept here, but I really like working in the expanded form, expanding the whole thing out and then just canceling. Thank you very much. See you next time.